Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to another Skateboarding Beginner number 301. Yeah, man, Happy New Year, baby. 2026. Today's January 1st. Beginning of a beautiful year already. 71 degrees today, man. Awesome. Yeah, man. So it's gonna be an awesome year, another awesome year. I think this year it's gonna be, God willing, and live another year. Every year, we live another year is awesome, And today I want to talk about, share the love or share the passions or whatever you want to call it. Ever since I went to out there on the street, right out here on Christmas Day, and see the people across the street there. They have some families that come over, and they're like a bunch of Somalians. And those four girls that came to learn right here on the street in my 299 video, and teach them how to ride and everything. And man, it's so cool, man. And I feel like, by sharing our love, our passion, especially I'm just talking about me as in the skateboarding community. It could be anything. It could be knitting, drawing, painting, music, DJ, graffiti, cooking, video games. Whatever passion you have or love you have, to keep it moving, you gotta share it. You can't be greedy and just share the love, the passion. Because I've been doing this, I've been having skateboarding in my blood for the longest time, and I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to teach kids how to skateboard, and especially my own family. But unfortunately, none of them want to want to ride. So when I had those four girls out there that was so passionate to want to ride, and so I was thinking, because I used to ride my board. I used to get a board here and right here, and I would donate it to the skate park in downtown Dallas there in Fort Worth. So I figured, now I think I'm just gonna keep my own collections. So what I did is I got this one last week. This one right here. This it's a Batman one, and it has some primitive. I bought some primitive completes way back in the day. So I still have those trucks, and I was giving them away to the skate park there. So I figured I'd have a couple completes laying around. So when those girls decide to want to come and ride, here's another one. This that one's a Now skateboard. This one's as you can see, it's called the Skate Bus. So supposedly they have this van has a quarter pipe that pulls out, and in the back has a ledge and a lounge chair inside, and got like video games inside. You kick back inside, play video games, stuff like that. Yeah, so these same thing, these trucks I have laying around. And so this weekend, this Saturday, let me see if I can get so it looks pretty cool. So I want to see if I can get some more Saturday. So look here. Yeah, look at that. It looks pretty nice. See? Yeah, so Saturday I'm gonna see if I can get another board, 2 more boards, one for me and then one for extra for the girls. Yeah, when you get when you see like people playing music and stuff like that, they always have like extra guitar or bass or something laying around, and even like at a dojo studio, like a karate or martial arts studio, they always have like extra weapons and stuff like that, and like boxing gloves and stuff like that, face mask. So I figure I think it's a good time to start collecting again. I don't think I'm gonna be moving anywhere. Hopefully not. And have my own little school right out here, you know, and keep skateboarding going. You know what I mean? Like you know, like I always wanted. And man, just thank God for everything. And that's about it, man. You know, if you have some passion, because once you die, man, you can't take it with you. You know, what are you gonna do? You know, can't take any of the stuff with you. So yeah, so let's go out there and I guess roll around and do some manuals and stuff, I guess, huh? Like our usual. Alright, so we usually go over there, so let's go. You know, I could bomb this hill like I did last time, but yeah, I already bombed it. I don't need to bomb nothing, you know. So we do it out here. Spot right here. So yeah, it's kind of nice to have you know, some skateboard laying around over there, just in case you know, like some people want to roll up and be like, hey man, you know, I used to skate. So I'll be like, yeah, go ahead, grab one of those boards. You know what I mean? So instead we're just gonna be rolling, yeah, right about there. Good, it's good. Yeah, so today just gonna do some the usual manual, you know. I mean, it's an easy trick but very hard to master, and that's how I test my legs out to see how strong my legs are. I remember I couldn't even stand like 2 seconds on my leg. Let's check it out right now, see how long I can stand. So I couldn't stand more than 2 seconds before. Let's see. See? Still shaky. More than 2 seconds. Yeah. You think I'm playing around, right? No, man. I can't even stand 2 seconds, man. The most I could stand before, man. It was crazy. Now I know why people like use around like a cane or a walker, you know, when they get. Yeah, so I think skateboarding helps a lot with my legs, you know. Can't wait till I do a manual, you know, across from line to line. But for now, we'll take what we can, you know. It's a beautiful day and awesome New Year, you know. How sketchy was that? That's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, man, today's my brother-in-law's birthday today. He's 73, you believe that? Her and my sister just took off right now to Dallas to go to this buffet, all you can eat. I guess they say the cheapest one they can find is like 28 bucks. Oh no, $18. Yeah, it was $18. The other one they booked for was $30. So they were like, screw that, man. And all their friends already there this morning. I told them you better go early. And yeah, it's crazy, man. This morning I knew the money was gonna be in. It was supposed to be in on the 3rd, which day is the 2nd, I mean the 1st. But you know, it's New Year's Eve. Now it's New Year's, so plus Friday, you know, they don't work, and it's the 3rd land on a Saturday, so they put my disability money in. And I went to the ATM machine this morning. My brother-in-law took me. We went like 8:30 in the morning, man. And then, dude, I went in and I usually get just 10s, you know. And my sister wants $100 bills. So it turns out they ran out all $100 bills are all out in the machine. So I say by like 12 o'clock, that thing would be like what do you call it? Out of service. The money would be empty, you know. For sure, man, the money's gonna be empty. It's crazy. Which is better when I was in California, you know. In California, I would have to walk. Hopefully that the money will run out of the machine. We leave like 4 in the morning. And it's right by the mall, and every time I go through there, the security guard will harass me. They, you know, because there's no one. They think I'm gonna break in the mall or something, because I'm walking through the mall. So yeah, it's just like, it's crazy, man. You know how people just judge you, you know. So then another thing is, I get to either Walmart or Winco, which is a supermarket over there, and try to get money order. And sometimes the money order, the machine is not printing the money order, or they run out of the money order paper. And yeah, man. Every month I have to do that. Like, I have to hope to have money, or the machine is not broken, or the money doesn't run out. So coming here now, like, you know, I'm so thankful that everything is working out here, you know. Just, I got a ride and everything, and just want to thank God. And it's gonna be another beautiful 2026. All right, so enough talking. Let's get some more manuals going. Man, watching Shane O'Neill, you know, he has like a live stream for Christmas, and it was crazy, man. Like, he was just in this April, you know, skateboard company warehouse, and him and Tori Putwill, and I don't know, his warm-up was like nollie crooked grind, nollie flip out, like 10 times in a row, and like switch ollie up a manual pad, like the big one in the Dallas one, the big part, big to me anyway. Switch ollie up and then switch heel flip like 10 times. I mean, it was just nuts, dude. Like, just nollie up that thing, you know. Man, I can't wait to get that level. You know, some people be like, oh, you might not even get to that level, man. You're too old, man. Nah, man, it's all in your head, you know. There's an 80-year-old guy who was doing 100 push-ups in 1 minute. 1 minute. 60 seconds, he did 100 push-ups. 80 years old, you know what I mean? Like, anything's possible, man, right here. So, once I break in that and get my legs strong again, it's gonna be beautiful, man. And that's only one thing I regret, man, in my life. I shouldn't have stopped skateboarding, you know? I stopped, all my muscle died, and man. And it just sucks because, like, I'll go to the skate park. I know it shouldn't bother me, but it does, you know? Like, I'll see some kids and stuff. They're just doing, like, barely any, like, basic stuff. And it's just, like... And then they give you this, like, mad dog, you know, this look, you know? I mean, they probably don't mean it, you know, because they're just kids. But still, you know, sometimes I take it personally, but I shouldn't. It's not that I take personally from them. It's just I take personally from myself, you know, like... How can I just... let things get in, you know, like, in my way, you know, and let go of skateboarding, and now I'm the one suffering, you know, and I can't blame nobody but myself, but now I have a second chance, you know, and I'm not gonna let that pass me by again, you know, like, I'm gonna do it, you know what I mean, and we're gonna be out here every day as long as it takes, and we still got our goal for March, 3 more months for that drop in on the vert ramp. And yeah, man, just drop in and just do a front side carve and back side. It's gonna be awesome. Can't wait that day. But for now, this is what we got. Good old manuals. Can't wait to get that day, man, when my legs are strong. Right now. Now we got the weak sauce. That one was almost it. That one was almost it for that one. Let's try again. Almost getting halfway with the regular way, you know, almost halfway. So good news, man. Man, I almost fell off. My grip tape is so grippy, man. It's crazy. Even like painting all that stuff on top of it, I thought it wouldn't be grippy, you know, but it is. It's pretty grippy. Crazy, that's a grippy. Yes up, baby. Best grip. Dang it. bad idea. I'm gonna try 2 lines. Start from this line and then that line, so I get twice as tries on my regular manuals. Yeah, I think it's better this way. 2 tries, you know? Alright, that's probably the end of the video, but if you want to keep watching, it's going to be doing the same thing over and over. And I'm out here anyway. I might as well film it, you know. But if you see what's pretty much what I'm doing, if you want to keep watching, awesome. If not, thank you for watching this far, alright? So yeah, unless I have something to say, I'm just gonna, the video is just gonna be just me going back and forth. Yeah, if there's something to say in my head. If not, I'm just gonna go back and forth and then just gonna do manuals back and forth and, you know, see how long we can go. Yeah, it's weird, man. Sometimes I'll hit it at just the right spot, and then it'll go for a while, and then sometimes I'll be like beep, 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 you know. How's it go? Beep, 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 beep. So I was watching the Vert Ramp 2023 in Japan or something in the X game, and I see these guys like going like this, whatever, and you know, it's nice, you know, to give the glory to God. I do it all the time. But the thing is, if you practice your skateboard, you know, and everything, and you know, you should be able to do all your tricks. But I mean, thank the Lord, that's great, you know. I do it all the time, like I said. But the thing is, you shouldn't have to be all like burning your energy, like, you know, getting all hype up, you know. I think if you practice all the time, like if I keep practicing my manuals, eventually, you know, it's gonna come through. I said eventually, not right now. Man, I remember when I first started around, I don't know, April, May, June, July, somewhere around there in the summer, before the summer. And I couldn't even ride like 5 minutes, man, without getting tired. So my vitamin wasn't good. My thyroid, I guess the thyroid gland was off, so they give me some thyroid medicine now. My blood level is like stable, and I've been eating good and sleeping good, and yeah, check this out. I remember when I was in California, in New Jersey, in Florida, my hair right here, I remember I used to have a lot of gray hair, man, from stress, you know. So you can tell, you know, like my face is better. I got blood in my face. I got you know, my hair is like barely any gray hair. I remember my sister, the one I live here with, she was telling me, man, Lo, you look like an old man in Florida, you know. Looked like I was like 80 years old, she says. I was all pale and face is bloated and like I wasn't happy, you know. Even though I had my cats, and it was hard, you know, because I'd hide my cats every time the landlord come over, because you're not supposed to have that many cats at the house. And so yeah, so that's one thing that, so from 2026 going on is, you know, I don't want to get anything attached to me, you know, like no pets. You know what I mean? Like a girl thing, most likely it's going to be small, you know, like I don't want it. But if somebody came along and, you know, like I found at the church or something, and God, you know, willing, whatever, it's God's, you know, whatever. Yeah, but most likely nah, because my sister said if I get somebody, I have to move out to go live with them. So, you know what I mean? I'm having a great time here. Plus, you know, I love my wife, man, you know. But, you know, of course, as human beings, you know, we're always going to be like having attraction to like hot girls, right? Especially if they have big fucking tits, right? But that's like quick, you know, big tits like quick. That's like a, but let's say you found somebody that like had the same thing. Like let's say she skated, you know, like she rides skateboard and, you know what I mean, listen to the same shit, you know what I mean, like a lot of common stuff. But I think that's like every skater's dream, you know, like getting a girl, like skater girl, you know, she can have someone to go skate with. But hopefully, you know, these kids that come out here, you know, fulfill my my loneliness, you know, where I just don't get lonely, where I feel like I have time for other things, you know. Because if you don't have time for other things, that's all you want to think about is like finding somebody so you're not alone, you know. Nobody wants to die alone or be alone, you know. And especially skateboarding is hard, you know, to skate by yourself. Because, you know, like, you're always battling your mind, you know what I mean? Like, the mind is always battling. Like, right now, they're like, tell me, let's go inside, you know, go play some games. Because I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Online till like 4 in the morning this morning. And I kept like tweaking my deck. And I was like I lost, like barely lost. And like, oh, I got to get that back. I got to get, you know what I mean? I got to get that win before I go to sleep. Next thing I know, it's freaking 4 in the morning. And I'm like, oh, man, I need to go skate in the morning. So I better go to sleep, you know. And I can't do that, man. I can't get to that bad habit anymore, you know, where I just stay up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning, you know. I gotta go to sleep like around no later than 12, you know, like start laying down around 10, 11 o'clock, and hopefully 12 or 1 o'clock go to sleep, you know. Because I want to be out here and skate, especially coming up, you know what I mean? 2 more days, right? Tomorrow's Friday. Saturday we're gonna go to the skate park and get me a new setup. I mean, it's gonna be, you know what I mean? Starting out with a bang already, like a new year, right? So, I mean, not talking like that I'm conceited or anything, or I'm like a big head, but I think I've done my time, you know. I think I suffered enough that you know, with God's blessing, that He knows that, you know, I suffered long enough that, you know what I mean, I had a lot of gray hair and I was stressing out and about a lot of things and not having enough money to buy things, you know, that I want, you know what I mean? Like, only thing I want to do is buy a freaking skateboard, that's it, once a month. And, you know, people could do that, but, you know, people have cars, you know. I mean, if you think about it, if you have a car, like my brother, he has a BMW 535i. He had a valve cover leak the other day because it was smoking, right? And he thought the thing was on fire, and so he went to get it done over here, and like, this is a cheap place, and that cost him $700, $800, but then he talked him down to $700, you know, paid cash. He's like, cash was $700. The guy was like, all right, cool. And then his windshield wiper pump was like leaking, so I told him we could just do it ourselves, you know, because the guy over there at the same place, he wanted $250, and so I looked it up. It's a little pump like this big only. And at AutoZone it's like $14. So I was like, just do it yourself. You just gotta take the front tire out and the covers, the little cover, the plastic cover, take the bolts off, pull it back, the pump's right there, right under the left, the driver's side front headlight, right behind there. So a lot of things we could do ourselves, but he's always wants, you know, like original stuff, you know, because he's like, he's always like a brand name, you know, and about. Brand name can only so far, but now that he's retired, right, he only gets $1,000 a month, right, him and my sister, so they got to make do with that, right, because last year they just paid $6,000 for the house tax, you know what I mean? I mean, that's no mortgage or nothing like that, so $6,000, you know what I mean? So they got to put away like $200 every month or whatever, you know, or whatever, 3,000 divided by 6, 500. Yeah, they got to put away $500 a month because they pay twice a month, price a year. So 6 months they'll have $3,000, you know. So they got to put 500 together every month, which I give her 500 of my money for to help out with the light bills and gas and all that. That's not even food. That's just the gas, electricity, water, and all that, right? And because she buys the food, her and my brother-in-law. So when she comes back from this buffet, I'm like, bring something good, all right? She's like, don't worry about it. You know, I always bring something good. So that's why you'll see a smile on my face, man. Like I said, that's why I'm in a situation where, like, I can help people now. You know what I mean? Like I said, in my backpack, when I put in my backpack, I have cigarettes for, like, the homeless. They want to have cigarette. I have water in my backpack. I bring extra sandwiches and chips and snacks. I bring, you know, for whoever, like that guy wanted water last time. And then tomorrow when I go to dialysis in the morning, I'm going to stop by the liquor store here in the corner and load up with like probably buy like 6 little big lighters, you know, to give them. Because, you know what I mean, they need to like heat themselves, you know, they live in a tent, so they can make a little fire or whatever, you know, cook their food and stuff like that. So there's a guy last Saturday, I gave him a lighter because he wanted to buy a lighter from me. I just gave it to him, you know. So I'm gonna load up like around 6 of them, put in my backpack to give out. You know what I mean? Like, that's a little thing. It's like $1 each or something, and it's crazy, you know. Like, people say, oh, you know, you give them $1, whatever, but you give them a lighter, it's like, wow, you know, you saved their lives. Like you said, you know. You could give them fish and they would starve, or you could teach them how to fish. But then, like, some people say, well, some people don't know how to fish. Well, and then it's just destiny to die. You know what I mean? Just like I can say, man, some people are not born to skateboard. Like, I'm not gifted. Like, you look how long it's taking me to do my manuals, right? But I keep trying because the love in my heart is like 100%, 1,000%, right? I love skateboarding, so. You know, eventually I'm gonna get that back because I love it so much. But I can say this I could say the same thing, but opposite with like guitar, right? I love playing the acoustic guitar, but for some reason, I love the sound, I love the music and everything. But at the same time, I don't have the same like passion as I do on skateboard, you know? I can't just look at guitar and be like, oh, this is a C note, D note, F flat, whatever, right? But here, I can just look at a skateboard and be like, oh man, you know, like if somebody, somebody rolled up and be like, oh yeah, those about 50 millimeters, right? And you know what I mean? And you can look and be like, oh, that's like a 7.75 or 8 inch or 8 1/4. You know what I mean? And you'd be like, oh, your graphics, and do they have riser pads on or not? What kind of bearings they got? You could just tell like the color of it. You know, like black ones are like mini logos. You got blue, which is like what's that? KFD or whatever. FKD, whatever, you know what I mean? And the green ones have like Luckies used to make bearings, the green ones. And if you have if you have this out like me, right? This is the Swiss, because you know what I mean, take the shoe off. And you know what I mean, like how loose it is, what kind of bushings they have, they have Allen wrench or Phillips. I mean, just by looking at it, you know what I mean, I could just like tell a lot of things about a skateboard, because I love it so much that like even when I hear somebody like riding by, I could tell like how soft their wheels are, you know what I mean, like by the way the sound is. It's like, oh yeah, he got soft wheels, he's got 93s or 92s or something, 88A, you know what I mean, or how big it'd be like, oh, those are like 554, 56, millimeters. You could tell because they'll have riser pads on, they have the big wheels, stuff like that, which I can't tell like other things, like I say like a guitar, I can't tell like it's an F note, B flat, C sharp, or I liked it, but it's not the same as skateboarding. Like skateboarding, I love it, and like when I watch skate videos, I get all psyched up, and you know what I mean, like hell yeah, ready to go. It's like right now, man, the weather, look at the weather, it's so awesome, and can't ask for any better than that. So enough yapping, let's get some more manuals. Mr. Yapper. Yeah, people probably forget that my heel still hurts, like it hurts bad. but I still keep on pushing, you know. And I try to rest, and it doesn't help anything. So I just gotta live with that. And brings me back to that guy David Goggins. You know, he used to be fat, right? He was like 24 years old, and he was like what do you call it? You know, obese. So then he joined the Navy SEALs, you know. And now he's like almost 60 years old, and he's running like 200-mile marathons, stuff like that. And his feet would like hurt so bad. But then he just says, screw it. He just keep running and running and running. And when he comes home, he's like, gotta ice his feet and stuff like that. But so I'm thinking, man, he could do like, you know, if he could run with fucked up feet like that for like 200 miles, doing like 7-day marathons and shit like that. I mean, my little heels. So I think that's what made me like say, you know what, fuck it. It hurts, but it doesn't hurt that bad. I mean, it hurts, but not as bad as like, you know, that I imagine. But it seems like the more I ride, it seems like the faster it recuperate. I remember before I would ride, and then my heels would hurt for like 2 days. And now sometimes I'll ride and I'll rest for like a couple hours, and my heels are good, man. Like I'll be walking around, like going up down the stairs, like not limping, you know. Before I'd be like holding on to the rail and like walking up limping for 2-3, you know, at least 1 or 2 days, sometimes 3 days. Like when first time I went to the skate park, you know. And I was thinking, yeah, like last weekend it was kind of I was kind of like thinking about, you know, like getting those boards over there and teaching the kids and stuff like that. So I was thinking, like, because it was on the weekend, so they might come and ask me to help them ride and everything, like on a Sunday or whatever. So I didn't ride that much. But now, and then last video for New Year's video, I was kind of serious, you know, talking about my life and stuff. But now, like, I got that all cleared out of my head now, and going look forward to the future. And when I go Saturday, I'm gonna do more pumping on that vert ramp now. And now that I got everything, you know, sorted out and everything, and it's gonna be awesome, man. Like, you know, starting out, I can feel that this year's gonna be, man. I think by this time, you know, the end of 2026, I think I'll be able to do a lot of these manuals, the switch manuals, and probably like getting higher ollies and nollies, high ollies and nollies, and pretty much stuff like that, half cabs and, you know, nollie, and no flip tricks yet. I don't want to do any flip tricks unless I can ollie at least probably 12 or 16 inches high before I start doing flip tricks. Because I want the flip tricks to look good, you know. I don't want them to look all like, you know what I mean, rocket, you know. Rocket man, burning a fuel in the pier again, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be burning fuel up in the space, you know, doing my rocket flips. No, man, by time this year, so I'm predicting it's gonna be, man, my legs gonna be super strong. I'll be able to drop in the vert ramp, hopefully doing some grinds, front side and back side grinds, and probably doing some switch kick turns, front side, back side, and maybe throw in a tail stall and a nose stall, and maybe a rock to fakie. And that's pretty much all the tricks I want to do this year on the vert ramp. I mean, that's what I'm shooting for. But we'll see what happens. I might not even get half of them. We'll see. But for sure, I know like this weekend I'm gonna be pumping like all day. I want to be like pumping all day and ride the mini ramp and stuff like that, and maybe go inside, you know, when it gets dark. But most likely I want to spend a lot of my time on the vert ramp and in the mini ramp. Just try and switch kick turns and stuff, and not really any tricks yet. Like I said, like, you know, rock, fakie, 50-50, front side, back side, tail stalls, ollie tail, back side, front side. You know what I mean? Like, those are coming. You know, and then eventually like a blunt fakie, you know, maybe a nose blunt to fakie, and then go into a nose blunt, backside, front side. Yeah, you know, it goes on and on and on. Never enough, man. That's why I don't know how people say like, man, you know, there's no more tricks to do in skateboard. Nah, man. It's just because they skip steps, you know, like you could do the most basic tricks, like nice like frontside 5-0s, like lay back, you know what I mean? Or sick ass like inverts, like all like bone out or big out, tweaked out stealthish. I mean, just make it look good. You don't have to do all the tricks. You just do one trick, 1 or 2 tricks, and make it like very beautiful. That's why all these flip tricks is all freaking ollies and nollies. You know, that's why I don't want to do any of these tricks until I get those ollies high enough to make it look nice. You know, and it will. And well, don't take my word for it, baby. Only time will tell. You know what I mean? Whoa! Saw that, I hit the curb. I want a piece. Don't let You can do it if you really want. You can do it if you really want. You gotta try and try and try. That noise. Keep hitting it. Oh, piece of plastic. Piece of plastic. Saw that last one? Damn, that was pretty good, man. That was pretty good, that last one. Uh-oh, the DOG. You know, people used to say, you know, just balance on a crack or on a carpet or grass, whatever. But it's not the same, man. It's not the same as you rolling, because when you're rolling, you know, you're practicing how to roll, how to ride real good. It makes your style better. You know what I mean? The smoother you learn how to ride. It's kind of like surfing, you know what I mean? That's where skateboarding came from, surfing, you know, sidewalk surfer, you know? And you get the style good, the riding good, and then at the same time you're practicing manuals, building your muscle in your legs. But when you're just sitting on your, you know, your carpet or whatever, you're just almost like a robot, you know? Like give you the example, Jamie Griffin, right? He had a shed where he did like all his tricks inside the shed, because he had nowhere to go, you know, in the winter and stuff, because it's cold there. And he does all these crazy, like, you know, hard flip, late flip, kick flip, no flip, and, you know, going stall on a bench and 3 flip out and double 360 flip out and everything. But he does all that crazy tricks. But like his style is kind of like freestyle, you know, like a Rodney Mullen when in the Plan B video, in the questionable video. Oh no, the Secondhand Smoke video. When he was doing like skating the street, even when he did like a kick flip and his foot was like close together, when he land is like close together, you know, it's not all like street style, you know, because he's so used to just pogo to dance and all that. I'm not saying that downplaying his tricks, but you know, to me, like, because I grew up watching Kung Fu, you know, and you know, when you see those, when even Bruce Lee, right, when he has him jump in the air, like his legs like this and his other legs like that, you know what I mean? And even like the Shaolin monks, and just so flexible, and when they do flips and stuff like that, and when they do those the monkey sticks where they run up and stand both feet on the stick and balance on the stick. That's how I feel, you know. That's how I loosen my trucks up. Like, I'm thinking like all these other, you know, I guess like activities. I wouldn't call them sports, but like activities that people do. And I look at like how beautiful each one is. So I try to mimic it, you know, in my skateboarding. And so I'm focusing a lot on style. Like, that's the reason why I love street skating, you know, because when you ride on the street, you know, like, you gotta go with rocks, cracks, twigs, leaves, dog shit, cat shit, people, bikes, motorcycle, other skateboarders, cars, trucks, you know, ambulance, stuff falling down from the sky, airplanes, whatever, shadow, the wind, the cold, the rain, the slick, the you know, the cracks, the whatever, you know, like more and more, keep on going more and more and more. But all that stuff, when you can conquer all that stuff, you know, like without even blinking an eye, it's like walking, right? I think that makes style like look so much way better. I remember like, this is when Eric Costin, you know, like he was really good, you know. He was at the skate park, and there was this bar on top of this bank, and he was gonna go up and do like a nose blunt on it, you know, on it. So when he was going, and then some guy dropped in the bank, came in his way, and he fell, and the board came in front of him. So he ollie-oh'd the board, right, and still did his trick, you know what I mean? So I mean, he didn't lose his focus, right? But that's when That's when I liked him way back. But nah, not anymore. He's not my, not even on my list anymore. You know, he's a has-been now. But I just look at all the people that does all these tricks, like, you know, when they were doing them, how perfect they can get these tricks and how focused they can be. You know, like I was watching, like I said, the vert ramp and everything, and like that guy, Michi Brasco, you know, he has that skate IQ. He teaches people how to do it. He was in that contest, and he still has that weird, like, that like robot. He was doing tricks, you know, like 540s and kick flips, 360s and stuff like that. But he was like a robot, man. You know, his style was like a robot. It wasn't like smooth, you know. I guess because I'm used to looking. I don't surf, you know. I don't surf or anything like that. Or I don't swim or, you know, anything like that. But just like the way, you know, when I do see people surfing, it's like the good ones, you know. They're just going around like just like making their waves like part of them, you know. And that's what I want to do. I want to make the sidewalk here as part of me, or the street or whatever. It's part of myself. Plus the skateboard is like an extended of my hand, you know, or my leg or whatever. So Lo, shut the hell up and start practicing. How you gonna get good? By yapping. I know, that's my problem. I yap too much. Skate less, yap more. Uh-oh, he's coming back to yap some more. Yep, that's what I do. No, I was thinking, you know, like I was watching the New Balance video with Tiago, you know, Lemos. He does badass shit, you know, like switched up, but then when and then he pushes Mongo, you know. I don't know, that's just something that, I don't know, there's certain things that, you know what I mean, like, I don't know. Yeah, like that's one thing that, if you didn't push Mongo, be like, yeah. No, I mean, super pop, everything, tricks, like, yeah, I mean, trick, but I guess, like, it's kind of like people say, you know, who cares how they make the sausage or how they make the hamburgers, right? You just eat it, it's good. Because in the end, you just see the clips where they do the trick, right? But for me, I see the overall, you know, like somebody was trying to hit a handrail and they have like a ramp or something rolling up to it. Then somebody ollie up a curb and then hit the rail. Like, I respect more the person like that. You know what I mean? Or somebody bottling up the cracks and shit like that. Or getting towed by a motorcycle or bike or electric bike or whatever. Nah, man. You find a way, you know, to do it yourself. And that's how I always thought of skateboarding, you know. Our body is the ultimate machine, you know what I mean? It's the ultimate machine, man. And our brain is the ultimate computer. CPU, you know. No CPU, no graphics card that can out in the world forever can outdo your whole body and your brain. Your brain and your body is the best. You know, just like Danny Way said way back in 1989, you could do anything you want. You just got to spend time on it, you know what I mean? And we are spending a lot of time. Not a lot, but I should be spending more time, but you know what I mean? But I should, but I don't. You know, my head keeps saying, go inside, go inside. No, today we're gonna get our dues, man. We're gonna get this at least 1 hour of manuals, you know, riding. I mean, the video is long because I'm yapping a lot more than skating. The skateboarding is probably like only 20 minutes, the most, if even that. And yeah, about the style. Oh yeah, another thing is when they land the tricks, they run into a wall or like jump off because they couldn't ollie up a curb, or, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like that. Like I said, you know, people don't care. They just want to see the trick, the land, and who cares if they jump off or not, right? But no, I want to see, like, if I do a trick, I want to look at the trick, and I want to keep going beyond where I land the trick. You know what I mean? I want to go like, where do I go after that, right? Where do I roll? You know what I mean? Am I gonna run into a wall? Am I gonna jump off in the grass? Or can I go around and like swerve around and kick flip on the flat or kick nollie, whatever, right? Go around or swerve around the car or whatever, you know, like I'll look at the passengers. And then if there's no other ways, if you're just gonna run into a wall, I wouldn't even do that trick. I just think it's ugly, you know. It's like it's like reminds you of like a stunt man. Way back in the 1995, somewhere around or 97, somewhere around there, the toy machine jump off the building, you know. That's what reminds you of all that video was just they just jumping on rails and jumping off rail. There's no line, there's nothing. They're just like a stunt man, you know, jumping on rail, jump off, jumping on rail, jump off. So I always think of skateboarding is like a flow, you know. Be like water, my friend. You put water in the teapot, it becomes a teapot. Be water, my friend. Like skateboard, right? You go out in the street, you ride in the street, you don't stop. You become the street. You go do slappies on the curb, you become the curb. You do a no slide on a ledge, you become the sledge. You do a air on a vert ramp, you become the vert ramp. Be a skateboarder, my friend. All right, with that, we're gonna end the video. Like I said, I should ride some more, but Saturday's gonna be badass, man. Anyway, man, I'm so happy. My legs are getting stronger, and the better. Hope you guys, if your New Year's not good, you know, I mean, just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, you know what I mean? Just gotta figure out. I mean, it took me a long time to figure out my thing, and my main thing is I don't want to be religious, but you know, I have a lot of faith in God for sure. I wouldn't have made it to where I am with me and my family, you know, if I didn't believe in Jesus Christ coming to my heart. And like everything I do, you know, when I go out facing death or facing whatever, I'm not scared, man. You know, I mean, it's not like I go out there and jaywalk and stuff like that, trying to get hit by a car. But I'm just saying, in general, you know, when I was a kid, you know, when I didn't have no believing in Jesus and stuff like that, I would always be scared when it gets dark, and you know, like scared the spiritual, you know, the ghost and the whatever, you know. But now in the dark, whatever, you know, in Psalms, what Psalm is that? I go through the valley of death, I shall fear no evil, you know what I mean? Because God is with me, He's my shepherd, right? He's my guidance. And it's true, man. That's why they say those prayers. But like I said, when you're dead, you don't need that shit. That's why what I say, go visit your friends and family. The dead don't need anything, all right? Always, always, always keep on rolling, because running water don't go stale. Always, always have fun, okay? You don't see me have fun, see me quit. And I'll be keeping the underground lit for you and me, all right? See you Saturday. Road to the vert ramp number 18, baby. Enjoy it.